I made $1,200 in a single day with 95% profit margins. And in this video, I'm going to break down everything I did step by step. That way, you can literally just copy me. And no, this isn't about building some complex e-commerce store or some get-rich-quick nonsense or selling low-ticket products which make you pennies. This is a real, proven process that allows you to print money with no inventory and no overhead if you know how to do it properly. My name is Fred and I grew up in a lower middle class family. My parents are nurses and we often lacked money, which is why I always had the drive to work extremely hard and to become financially free. And after failing countless times and trying every business model online and listening to all of the bad advice given by the big gurus, I finally cracked the code. And no, I don't have a Rolex or a Ferrari, and I also don't live in Dubai, but I've been able to create my dream life and reach all of my goals so far. So to thank you for being with me on this journey, when we hit 30,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away $2,000. All you need to do is to watch the video until the end, subscribe, and share it with a friend to push it in the algorithm. So here is the proven formula I used to make this happen. Traffic, calls, customers. That's it. That's the entire system. And when you understand how it works in detail, making money just becomes a numbers game. You just repeat the process over and over again, and the money keeps rolling in. So let's break it down step by step together. The first step to making money online or with any other type of business, even just a regular brick and mortar shop, it's getting as many people as possible to know that you exist in the first place. Because you could be selling the best products, the best services in the whole world, but if no one knows about you or about your business, it's like having a tea shop in the middle of the desert. It doesn't matter how high the quality of your tea is if nobody even knows that you've got a shop. Instead, it would be much smarter to set up that shop on a busy street in London. And that's exactly why the first step is getting traffic, which simply means getting attention from the right people. Now, most people mess this up because they try to go the slow route. They spend months building a website, creating a fancy logo, or building fancy automation tools. But none of that actually matters if nobody even sees that you've got something to sell in the first place. That's exactly why I use the fastest method possible, which is posting valuable free content on social media. And what most people don't realize about this is that social media content is literally free advertising for businesses. Because instead of paying thousands of dollars for ads, you get to attract your ideal customers to you by making a free post. And that's not even the best part. One single video, one single post can bring you thousands of dollars in revenue for your business with zero cost per acquisition. So you're literally making free money. And on platforms like YouTube, when your account is monetized, you even get paid for your videos to be shown to people. So you get paid to acquire customers. Normally businesses pay to acquire customers, but this completely flips everything on its head. So let's say you were to sell a high-ticket coaching offer. Maybe you help entrepreneurs and busy executives to get in shape. Maybe you help people to land their dream job, or you help businesses to get more leads. So instead of chasing clients one by one, sending out cold emails all day, barely getting any replies, you make content that does all the heavy lifting for you. And instead of chasing clients, clients come to you and they're eager to work with you. For example, you post a short piece of content on TikTok or Instagram, or a long form video on YouTube. You share valuable tips and insights related to the problems that your niche is facing. A viewer stumbles upon it, they like it, they decide to check out your profile, and they see that you offer coaching to help them to fix the exact problem they're struggling with. And that's why it's incredibly powerful. And the easiest leads to convert, it's always the leads that come to you instead of you chasing them. Because if they come to you, it shows a certain level of interest on their part. Otherwise, they wouldn't even bother. Now, the key with content is consistency. You don't need to be getting millions of views or to have millions of followers. What you need is the right views. I'd much rather have 500 views from qualified prospects in my niche than 100,000 views from 15-year-olds that were never going to buy my services. But with content, it's best if you post daily, because the more you post, the more opportunities you get to not only go viral, but just to have your content shown to more people in your target market. You can make videos answering common questions, giving tips, breaking down common myths in your industry. And remember, the more content you post, the more eyeballs you get. And the more eyeballs you get, the more people are going to go ahead and to work with you, become paying customers. Because you could be selling the worst products ever, the worst services ever, but if you had a million qualified leads right now viewing your offer, you'd make a lot of money. Whereas if you only have 3, well, you're not going to make a lot of money, even if the quality of your stuff is incredible. And that's exactly how some of your competitors, they make 1,000 times, even sometimes 10,000 times more money than you do, because they just get more visibility. They're not better at what they actually do. Now, to help you, I've recorded a free video training in which I share with you everything I did step by step to make upwards of $1,200 per day with my own consulting business. I will leave the link in the description below, but you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you to start or to grow your business. Now, getting attention is great, but attention alone doesn't make you money directly, because likes, comments, and views, they're not money on their own. And that's why secretly, a lot of your favorite big influencers, they're actually broke. And that's exactly why the next step we focus on is converting traffic into sales calls. Just think about this. If somebody watches your content and thinks, wow, this is exactly what I need, what do they do next? They need a clear step to booking a call with you. That's exactly why every piece of content you make should directly drive people to a link that they can use to book a call with you or with your team. So if you take a look at my content, I always mention things like, if you want my help, watch the free training or directly book a call. This isn't just random. That's how I turn viewers into leads and leads into buyers. Now, when you make people book a call, you want to have them answer a few questions to see if they could actually benefit from what you have to offer. And then leads can schedule time to talk. And that's where a lot of people mess everything up. They get views, they get engagement, but they don't have clear call to actions that move people to the next step, which is booking a call. Because if you're just posting content and hoping that people are going to DM you, you're missing out on so much money, it's insane. Instead, you always want to make it as frictionless as possible for your leads to take action. Now, the next step after that is the close. This is where the money happens. If you do the first steps right, getting traffic and converting that traffic into calls, then this next part becomes easy. And the biggest mistake I see many beginners making is thinking they need to pressure the lead in order for the sale to happen. The goal of the call isn't to hard sell someone or to convince them they need your offer. The goal is to diagnose whether or not you could help them, and then you offer your solution if it's a good fit, and then you let people convince themselves on their own. So to give you an example, here is how I structure my calls. First, I ask the prospect a few key questions to understand what they're struggling with. What have they tried before? What worked? What didn't? Why did it work? Or why didn't it work? What's their goal? What do they really want? Are they ready to get started now? Then I share with them the exact roadmap I use to get my customers incredible results. I explain the steps, how it works, and why it's different from anything else they've ever tried before. And finally, I make them an offer. So if they're a good fit and I can clearly see I can help them, I tell them the price and I just invite them to join. And because people see the value in it, a lot of people say, yes, let's do it. And that's exactly why high ticket coaching or services is so powerful. Instead of selling cheap products and needing hundreds of sales per month just to make a decent income, you only need a few customers to be making 10, 20, even 50k per month. So let's do some quick math. If you sell a coaching offer for $1,500, you only need to close a customer every few days to make $20,500 per month. And because coaching or services have almost no overhead, that's mostly profit. And the reason why this works so much faster than other business models is actually quite simple. The first thing is that high prices require less effort. If you sell something for $50, you need 200 sales to make 10k. But if you sell something for $1,500, you only need 7 sales. So which one sounds easier? You might think it's easier to convince more people to pay a cheap price, but it's really not. Because what I've realized is that people who were never going to buy anyway, no matter how cheap it is, they won't buy anyway. And people who buy because they really see the value in what you have to offer, regardless of the price. You could be charging 2 times more, they would still buy. So it won't impact your conversion rate. And then there's no ads required. Plenty of businesses rely on expensive paid advertising to get customers, but we rely mainly on organic marketing to get customers, which contributes to insanely high profit margins because our cost per acquisition is literally zero at the moment. Then there's no inventory and no overhead because unlike physical products, coaching and services have almost zero costs. That means at the moment we're getting about 95% profit margins, which is insane. And then clients stay for months. So if you've got a coaching program and you charge a monthly recurring fee, as long as the person stays subscribed and they keep working with you, you make even more money. And the same is true for services. Typically when you start selling coaching offers, I suggest you make a one-time offer, meaning it's not a monthly recurring fee. And right now, in fact, for people who come and work with us, we give them access to everything, the training program, the coaching calls and everything for lifetime access. But very soon, we are going to turn it into a high-ticket monthly subscription. Now, I want to quickly talk about the number one reason why most people fail with this. It's not because they picked the wrong niche. It's not because their content wasn't perfect. It's because they give up way too soon. Most people post 5 videos, they don't see immediate results, and then they just quit. But the people who stay consistent for 6 to 12 months, they always win. Just think about this. If you post one piece of content per day, that's 365 new chances for your ideal customers to stumble upon your content and to buy from you. And if only 1% of these videos actually bring in high-ticket customers, that's 36 new customers, which could equate to $50,000 $200 or even more. So success isn't just about luck, it's about mathematics. As long as you keep driving traffic, getting calls, closing calls, the money will keep pouring in. This is the exact strategy I used to go from not making any money, being absolutely depressed and miserable, to making over $1,200 a day in profit with my consulting business. So it's by far the easiest, most fun, most enjoyable way to make real money online. You don't even need a huge audience. As you can see, I'm not famous by any means, and you also don't need fancy funnels or lots of paid ads. You just need to commit to this process and to execute. And once you really get this process to work for you, making money stops being a struggle. It becomes predictable. It becomes repeatable. And if you stick with it, you won't be shocked to see how quick you can get to 10, 20, even $30,000 per month. So with that said, if you want me to personally help you to start or to grow a high-ticket consulting business, I invite you to check out the free video training I made for you. I will leave the link in the description below. I explain everything I did step by step and the only 3 things you need to focus on doing to build a profitable consulting business. Or you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if we can help you. With that being said, I will be waiting for you on the other side.